Hello everyone. I apologize for the random start to this video, but I'm doing this all off my phone, so bear with me. All right, today we're gonna go over a couple of things. Sit down, Foxy. Today we're gonna go over a couple of things, some upgrades and a couple of feeders that I have regularly available because I think that after going over lots of people's reports and scientific data, these are some of the more nutritious ones I can keep on hand without being like crazy setups or having to deal with big messes or any of that kind of stuff. So I have a few feeder options. We'll get into that, but first we're going to go over some upgrades that I just got for my tarantulas. I got a plant grow light, and it's going to put off a little bit of heat, but nothing crazy, so they're not going to get overheated. I've also got some thermometers for the some miniature thermometers for the small current enclosures they're in, but these will also be going into the bigger enclosures. So just got these today. I'm excited to put them into use. So let's go over this whole process here together, shall we? Alright. Apologize, I was probably blocking the camera a little bit. Alright, so I got this off Amazon. It wasn't too terribly expensive. And it's a plant grow light, like I had already said. I did opt to get I think it was the 80 watt? I'll have to look and double check, but I believe I got the 80 watt. Nothing overly powerful to create a lot of heat towards the animals, but enough to create some. What I'm basically trying to do is create a minor basking area, nothing with temperatures that exceed, we'll say 5 degrees below what they can find in some quick hiding locations. I'm not trying to put a lot of heat in, just a little bit. I'm also trying to help the moss maintain healthiness, so that way I have something there that can maintain moisture. So it's nice, a little telescoping. We'll show what that's for. Find out. Oh, it's for this. Okay. This runs down or up. Perfect. All right. Simple enough. All right, so this has a little, sorry, getting new to this. Has a little shape to it, and this has got a shape to it. So it kind of locks it in place. No need for tools. You're just gonna have to spin this rod or the thing, either way. Just spin it a little bit. Nice little lock in place. We tighten that back up because I just spun that. All right. Now, this should be a nice little grow light. Sorry, I don't know why I keep saying glow. Grow light. And I'm going to put it behind my guys, which is where they're currently residing. Back here. Make sure it's not too close, but it can be adjusted. So I'm going to monitor their temperature as I have this on there for them, just to make sure I don't overheat anybody. I guess this could have got a little tighter. So I don't overheat anybody in the process, because nobody wants to cook their tarantulas. All right. Perfect. I believe this has a timer on it. If it doesn't, that's fine. I'll do the timing myself. But I'm pretty sure it's got a timer function on the switch here. Let me read it for you real quick. It's got light percentage from 25, 50, 75 to 100. It's got a timer, 12 hours, 8 hours, 4 hours, on off. So let me get this set up real quick, and again I apologize for the clunkiness of all this. brand new to this whole process. I'm just trying to share my journey with y'all, and the hopes to bring a little joy. Or healing, or, you know, whatever it brings. Hopefully it's just positive things. Alright, still need that light anymore. I'll put on my little jumper, because he's going to benefit from all the lights. Now, I only have a plant light on my jumper because I had a hypothesis that they would enjoy the light and the heat that came off it, and I was correct because I moved it around the enclosure a few times, and excuse me, my giant bag of Tootsie Rolls. Moved it around the enclosure a few times in different locations, and every time I moved it, Whittle Hopper, which is what I named it, Whittle Hopper, would move around the enclosure to the locations where the light was and bask in the light. So I have the little one in this little enclosure here. Let's see if I can get, again, I apologize, this is all done on my phone. Let's see if I can get a little closer for you here. Okay, this is Whittle Hopper's house, all right? That's where they are currently chilling. Just hanging out. But they built their webbing and nest and molting area, all that stuff, right on top of the thermostat, and the hygrometer, or however you say that word, the moisture content measurer. They built the webbing and nest right on the backside of that for two reasons. I think security, and because that's where the heat was. Like I said, I moved the heat all around, and they moved. So yeah, that's their house. Anyway, so this little one isn't going to need the light directly on it anymore, because it's going to have this light. See how this works? Boom. Look at that. Look at that. Man, everything looks all pretty right now. Alright, so I'm going to keep an eye on that temperature, make sure it doesn't get too hot. We use little ones as a test at the moment, but would you look at that? Everyone looks so pretty over there right now. I'm excited. Alright. Now, back to where we were. We also have the thermometers, hygrometers, that's how you say it, I apologize. Thermometer hygrometers. And these are nice because not only are they small, but they have little probes, which allow you to, let me see if I can get this undone real quick so I can show you. They have little probes that allow you to put it in the enclosure without it being like cumbersome and, okay, little probe here, without it being cumbersome and in the way of the little one inside the enclosure. So I'm gonna set those up here in just a little bit. I just thought I'd show you all those. All right, now, as promised, got one of my mustache hairs in my coffee. Hey, it's my hair. All right, my hair, my coffee, it'll be all right. All right, so back to where we were. I have a growing population that I'm going to moth out, but we have some horned caterpillars or horned worms. I'm not really sure what they are. Horned caterpillars, I believe. They are currently eating carrots, and it's funny because I can't show you without moving everything, which I think I might. I think it's funny. You can see what these guys eat based on their poo, because if you look down in there, I don't know if you can see it. You can kind of see it. Like little chunks of orange. Little chunks of orange down in there. Those guys just eating carrot and pooping it out. You see a little chunk of orange right here. Oh, little poop. Anyways, so These are some feeders that I got going right now. When they cocoon up, we're going to put them in a butterfly enclosure so that way they have room to do their thing. But that's them. All right, now this is what I have for my jumping spider, and I've had it, let me adjust that, I apologize. I've had it for, I hope that's right. Bear with me if it's not, I apologize. All right, so I've had it for the entire life of my jumping spider that I've had while it's been under my care. I got this Regal at an I5, which is an N-Star 5. It's their molting phase. It means they've molted 4 previous times and they're in their 5th stage of life, if you will. I don't know, I can't call it a stage of life because that's hatchling or sling, I think. Sling is the proper term. Sling to juvenile to adult. So that's the stages of life. But the molting stages, it's at an N-Star 5. Okay, so anyway, I've had these since I got it. These are flightless fruit flies. This particular one is the melanogaster. They're the smaller ones. Okay, they're the I can't say that. I'm gonna try to hold it here long enough for y'all to read it. All right. Anyway, a lot of these guys in here, it's a populator, breeding little colony, and it blows up. I recently got these ones a little bigger for my smaller tarantula sling that I have, the Mexican red rump. Anyway, you can see these ones are significantly bigger, like double the size at least, if not more so. I'm waiting for this colony to blow up, but that is when I'm going to be feeding the jumper from now on because it has molted twice. It is now at N-Star 7, and I'm going to be feeding that to the jumper exclusively. This I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it, but I have it, you know, so I'm going to feed that to the jumper exclusively, the bigger ones, and then also to the small tarantula. So when the jumper gets bigger, it'll also get mealworms, which I have. We're going to get to those. First, we're going to come over to a very nutritious staple that I believe should be a staple, is dubia roach colony, okay? I would love to have a discoid roach colony, but I can't seem to get enough sourced from people. There's not a lot of people that have discoid roaches for some reason. Anyway, dubia roach colony in here. It's super cool. I'll show y'all. All right, so what we have here is a breeder box. I got it off Amazon. Bring this up a little bit. Got it off Amazon. It wasn't too expensive. All right, inside the box, you get the ventilation holes. These guys can't climb plastic, so you don't have to worry about them escaping. And you have little grids inside here that, let me pull one out that's got a bunch of little guys on there, that house your dubious. One just molted, okay? So this allows them to breed and hang out and do their thing. All right, we got a little water thing that comes with it. So it's just basically like it's kind of like a sponge, but it's different. But it holds water on there, but I've also got some carrots in there that they're feeding on as well. And I've got some wheat bran back here in the corner that they eat too. So they eat all that. At the bottom of this guy, there is, I haven't cleaned it yet, so I apologize. There is a little section where their droppings would fall down. So that's that. Very easy to care for and maintain. I have a little tiny heat pad for a reptile enclosure. When I first got Smidley, I thought I was going to put them on a small enclosure. So I got a small heat pad to put the some heat to it because I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just investigating and I went like, bye. Yeah, anyway, don't do that mistake. So I got a heat pad I put on there, and this is the wheat bran that I feed them. All right, I got it on Amazon too. This was a smaller bag, but I recommend getting the bigger one, which I Also purchased, but it was taking forever to get here, so I got this. The bigger bag is not, it's not very expensive. It's 20 pounds. Like, the likelihood of going through that before I die is going to be, who knows, very small based on this population. Now, I just got these guys a little while ago. If you watched one of my other videos that I posted last night, when I put Smidley to bed, or rather woke them up, put me to bed, I fed them some black soldier fly larvae, which is what these guys are. Okay? Black soldier fly larvae and some dubia roaches. Now, Smidley did a great job. Go Smidley. Smidley ate 2 of the black soldier fly larvae, and he ate all of the dubia roaches, which was only 2 of them, but hey, 2 and 2, that's 4, and I'm good with 4 things getting digested from my little baby gecko. That's good. That's good with me. As long as they're eating and not starving, you know, they're growing, still hiding because they're scared and nervous. I get that. Now I have an extra one of these things that comes with the roach colony. I'm putting it over the black soldier fly larvae on a regular basis just to give them a little bit of shading, because I don't think that any creature really likes to be broadcast in solid day light all the time. You know what I mean? So that's why these guys are going to be on a limited light cycle, and they have areas still go away and all that stuff. Nobody's going to be permanent light. It's just not, nobody wants that. All right, so this is the housings for the mealworms, all right, which is the darkling beetle larva form, or I don't know, larva form, baby form, I guess. And I'll show you, that one's just an extra one that I don't have set up for anything. And I'll show you what I got going on these. They don't like carrots. Did an experiment with these guys too. Everybody's getting the same foods to figure out what's going on. We're gonna figure it out together. These guys don't like carrots. Not a fan. Not a fan of carrots at all. But I mist these guys every night with a fine mist sprayer, and these guys come up and get their moisture out of it by literally just gnawing on it and eating little bits. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of like a fluffy tuff right there. All right. Oh, let me get that guy back in here. All right, so mealworms don't bite you. They're not big enough to bite you. Well, maybe they might bite you, but I've never been bitten. I wouldn't imagine it would hurt very much. So these have like a little tuft right here. That's from them chewing on it and getting all the moisture out of it. Crazy. I do not know that's how they did it. So make sure you maintain a supply of these. Little egg cartons. I'm not really sure where you can get them from. Probably Amazon, probably other places. When you go grocery shopping, save egg cartons, all that kind of stuff. All right, now, so this one's just my worms, and when the worms get big enough, they'll turn into the, I guess that's the larva form, but it's between the mealworm and the darkling beetle. All right, and that, when they turn into that stage, the beetles go into here. Now, again, see, carrot, nobody's touched it. It's been in there. I put it in there last night. Nobody's touched it. So apparently, no carrots for these guys. All right, as you can see, a bunch of these little fellows down in here just eating away on this wheat bran. It's their main diet. These darkling beetles can also be fed as well to your critters. This is one that has just perished, but it happens. These guys can also be fed to your critters alongside the mealworms. So let me take that out since it's dead. So don't think that, oh, mealworms can only eat, this is a newly molted one. It's kind of brown. Hasn't quite got mature enough to be sexually mature yet, but it's getting there. It's working on it. This is the larva form. I need to take this guy out. This is what I was telling you. I don't like to pinch these too hard, so I grab these really like soft tweezers and barely grab them. All right, you see these? There you go. They look like a Pokemon. I can't remember the name of it. It's like a Beedrill's little form. Or Beedrill turns into. If we've all followed Pokemon, then we all know Beedrill has another name, but we're not going to go over that. All right, I don't see any more guys that have turned into that, so we're good. All right, anyway, so I'm going to take that guy out and put him away from the beetles, because the beetles, when they are starving for water, or dying for water, starving's not the right word, but really thirsting for water, they will literally eat those guys, because that is just a giant sack of water, essentially, right now. The mealworms will spend their days eating and eating and eating and getting the nutrients they need to transform, but also getting all the water they need, because once they're in that form, they do nothing. They sit there and just do nothing. So this guy will sit here just like this in this stage and do nothing. He's probably getting ready to molt soon into the beetle, actually, it looks like. But he'll sit there in that stage and do nothing, absolutely nothing, until he molts into the darkling beetle. These guys, when they're alive, will eat the heck out of that, because it's got all that water and nutrients in it. And they're just like, nom, 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 nom. They don't care that it's the future generation, because it's survival. Anyway, that is a video of my upgrades and what we've got going on right now. So thank everybody. I would like to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank y'all. Now I apologize for the clunkiness of all this. Again, brand new, and I'm doing it off my phone. So thank y'all for tuning in. This is Crane Eaters Creatures. Semper Fi.